This is Zane from Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, joined by Zach Parker. Zach, how are you feeling today, bro?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, back around fight week. It's good to be back around the fight week atmosphere. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't think I was going to get back to this point. It's been almost a year now, but like I said, I'm buzzing. Get his big fight get his fight out of the way on Saturday, and then big fights towards the end of the year, hopefully.
You mentioned how you contemplated retiring after that last fight against John Ryder. Speaking about the right hand, how is the injury? How is it now?
Yeah, injury's fine now. Been sparring the last 6-7 weeks, 10 rounds every week. So yeah, it's been perfect, and we'll have to just test it out on Saturday, won't I?
You mentioned how you're close to retiring. What made you change your mind? What made you get back into the ring?
Yeah, obviously when you're sitting around injured, you can't do nothing. You see the likes of some footballers like Jack Wilshere, they get injured a lot, and then just think, what's the point? And I've been inactive for like 2 years. I feel like I was just in one spot, but I've been doing this all my life. I don't know nothing else. So yeah, once I started training, got a fire back in my belly and started thinking, yeah, let's go again.
It's part of you wanting to make a statement, saying that I'm back on the big scale.
100%. I need to let out some aggression out of what I've been building up this last year. Obviously, you need to watch it in these sort of fights because the banana skins in the south. So yeah, need to get this fight out of the way, and then we'll aim for some big fights. I said to my team I want at least top 10 for my next fight. I'm almost 30 now. I'm 30 next year. So yeah, I can't be waiting around anymore.
Speaking about facing John Ryder, obviously that was for the mandatory slot for CANELO. John Ryder went on to face CANELO. What did you make of his performance against CANELO?
Yeah, I only watched highlights, but it looked like he gave a good count himself. But it was always going to be hard against CANELO. He's one of the best to ever do it, and he was in Mexico as well, so it's in his backyard. So all props to John. He did himself proud, and yeah, I still want them fights still.
You're at 168 for the moment. Obviously, you've spoken about going up to 175 potentially, but 168 right now. There's a lot of talk about Canelo slipping. Maybe Canelo's past his best. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, you do see it in his last few performances. He ain't been as dominating as he was against like Callum Smith or Billy Joe. Yeah, you could see it. He's getting on now, though, isn't he? He's like mid-30s or late 30s. So yeah, it's definitely. I think he's definitely had to be beat.
Obviously, Canelo's undisputed at your weight class right now. He's got all the belts, and he's facing CHARLO. Were you surprised that Jamel's stepping up 2 weight classes to face him, and what do you expect with that fight?
Yeah, it's obviously a massive fight in the US, isn't it? So you got to give him props for stepping up 2 times. But he's been out of the ring for so long, he probably couldn't make like middle anymore, and his brother's at middle. So what's he meant to do? He's gonna have to go to super middle, isn't he? So yeah. And especially you're not going to turn down a fight with CANELO. They're one of the biggest names in boxing. So yeah, all props to him.
Break that fight down for me. Well, how do you expect it to go? Do you expect CANELO to get the win, or is Jamel going to shock the world?
I think Jamel's going to be quick at first, but we'll just have to wait and see what CANELO's like. He's been a bit slow in his last couple of performances, like plodding, I think. But yeah, he might have got the fire in his belly for this because it's such a big fight in the US. Yeah. Maybe CANELO late stoppage.
CANELO late stoppage. Canelo's going to be a potential opponent for you. So obviously you've analysed him, you've seen his body of work, right? What do you see? What do you think you have to do against CANELO to beat him?
You just got to use angles. You see in his last few performances, he's right there in front of you. You got to be moving around all the time. You've seen it in the Billy Joe fight when he was moving angles and that. It was a lot. It looked a lot better. But yeah, don't stand in front of him. Use your long range. You see Bivol as well. Once you start using his range, in and out, right, left. So yeah, it's definitely there to be beat.
Yeah. Speaking about another massive fight that got made, Spence versus Crawford finally happened. Crawford obviously dominated the fight. It was very one-sided. Were you surprised by that?
No, I said that. I called that before. Crawford's got about 10 different ways he can box. Spence comes forward and tries to brute force you. So yeah, it's smart. Crawford's been around the game a long time. He's like 35. I called that before, and I've wanted Crawford to win. To be fair, my style was like a bit like his switch hitter. So yeah, it was a good performance for him.
They're speaking of making the rematch potentially at 154. Potentially it might be at 147 again. But if it is at 154, do you think it'll be a different fight?
It could be. I doubt it's going to be made at 154. Just because he's got all the belts, what's the point in going up to 154 when Spence ain't got nothing for him there? He'll make him boil down again. But I've even heard Crawford wants to fight Canelo. So if he fights Canelo, but I've heard him on Joe Rogan podcast. He's got fire in his belly to do that, and he's probably seen a few things in Canelo's last performances what makes him think he can go up to like three or four different weight classes. So we'll just have to wait and see.
That's literally what I was going to ask next about Crawford versus Canelo, right? You just mentioned right now going up 3 weight classes, is it? 154, 160, 168 to face Canelo in that undisputed versus undisputed clash. Do you think Crawford can do it?
I think it might be one step too far, but just because not his styles make fights, but is a lot. He's never been that heavy, has he? So, and you see, Canelo is a top performer, isn't he? And I think he wanted the CHARLO fight first, but obviously he's gone up, hasn't he? Because he wants to be undisputed, and then another undisputed. So that's why he's looking for the Canelo fight, because he wants to be undisputed in three different weight classes, and the first person to do it. So yeah, if it did get made, all props to him. He's trying to make history, isn't he?
Yeah. At 168, obviously you mentioned David Benavidez, you mentioned Caleb Plant. Are those the sort of guys you want to get next after this fight?
Yeah, definitely. I've said I want top 10 to my promoters and that. So yeah, either that or like this one's being made at 12-4. I could move up to light heavy. There's a lot of big fights at light heavy, especially at British, a lot of British talent, likes of Anthony Yard. Then you got likes of Boatsi and Dan Aziz, Lyndon Arthur. I'll take any of them fights.
You're obviously on the Zhang Joyce now rematch on the card. The first fight, Joe Joyce got beat. What do you think Joe Joyce has to do to get that win this time?
Yeah, I think he come in the lightest ever been for that last fight, so he needs I think he needs to get heavier again. I think he needs to use his jab like he did in the Dubois fight. Use that jab in and out. Maybe wear Zhang down and maybe take him out late. But you see with Zhang, he's a wiry old fox. He's southpaw as well. It's going to be a hard fight. I see it 50-50.
50-50. If I had to push you for a prediction, what would it be?
Obviously, I want Britt to win, so yeah, I call Joyce.
Stoppage?
Yeah, late stoppage. That's what I said. Wear him down at first. Don't go straight in there like a bull in a chance shop. But wear him down. Get him towards the end.
Thank you for the time, Zach, bro.
Sure, mate.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.